Hi, it's Becky here from Genie Frog Crochet, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make an infinity scarf using the moss stitch. And the best thing about this is that you can use it just you can make it just using one ball of 100-gram DK weight yarn. And if you're anything like me, you see yarn that you love and you just buy one ball and then you think to yourself, God, why did I just buy one? So I've done a couple of scarf designs that you can make just using one ball. And obviously this particular yarn, I'm using this Yarnsmiths Lagoon. There's some gorgeous colourways in this, and it's a lovely thing to make as a Christmas gift. It works up really quickly. You can join it then to make an infinity scarf. If you did want to make just a long scarf that isn't joined, you would need more than one ball. But let's make a start. So today you're going to need a ball of DK weight yarn, 100 grams ball. I'm going to be using a 5mm hook, even though the recommended for DK weight is usually a 4mm. I'm going to be doing it with a 5 just so that it's got a nice looser feel to it. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle for weaving in just one end if you've got a lovely colour changing yarn like I have, or if you're doing it in just a single colour. So let's make a start. Let's move this one out of the way and see if I can locate the centre of this gorgeous yarn. So this one here is shade, where are you? 2J050. There we go. So let's see if we can find the middle, which is always fun. There we go. I'm just going to pause the video a sec while I find the end of this. There we go. I found it. It was there. It's always there somewhere. Okay, so today's tutorial I'm going to be using US terms, as I do in all of my videos. So to start your scarf, you're going to want to place a slip knot on your hook. Pop your loop through there. And put a slip knot, and then we're going to start with a chain of 40 for this scarf. Now for the moss stitch, you can, if you wanted to make a moss stitch blanket, it's so simple once you get into the body of the work. But for your starting chain, you're always just going to want to have an even number, nice and easy. So for this one, we're going to chain 40. So to make a chain, you wrap the yarn around your hook and pull through the loop. That's one. Wrap your yarn around and pull through your loop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll go a little bit faster then, but feel free to pause the video. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. So this is going to be the width of our scarf. So your first row, you want to make a single crochet in the second chain from your hook. So not this one here, this first one, but in the second chain, just make a single crochet. So insert your hook into the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and that's a single crochet. Then you're going to want to chain 1 and skip 1 chain, and into the next chain a single crochet, and then chain 1 and skip 1, and into the next single crochet, chain 1 and skip 1, and we're going to do this all the way to the end of our chain. So single, chain 1, skip 1, into the next, single, chain 1, skip 1, nice and easy. And this is basically all that moss stitch is a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1. So we're going to do this all the way to the end. I'm going to pause the video and I will catch up with you when we're at the end of our chain. So I'm at the end of my chain now. I'm just on a chain 1. I've got 2 left, so I skip 1 and pop a single crochet into the last chain loop, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So we're going to be going along the other way, and we're just going to put our first single crochet into the chain 1 space, this space here, from our last row. So single crochet in there, and then we're going to chain 1 and skip the single crochet stitch, and we're going to place our stitch into the chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the single crochet and go into the chain 1 space. Chain 1, into the chain 1 space, and we're going to do this all the way along to the end, and essentially that's what we're going to do for every single row. This is such a lovely, easy pattern. You can watch a bit of telly perhaps, listen to a podcast, which is what I like to do. Chain 1, into the chain space, chain 1, chain 1, oops, chain 1, and then you're going to want to go into that last stitch, and what I like to do is just make sure I get my hook under those 2 loops and pop a single crochet in there, and then we're going to repeat that. Chain 1, turn, and then your first single crochet goes into that first chain 1 space, and you're going to do the same thing all the way along, a single crochet into each chain 1 space, chain 1, single, chain 1, and that's what you're going to do until you're coming to the end of your ball of yarn. So I will do that off camera, and I will meet you up at the end to show you how to join it to make it into the infinity loop. So I will see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm coming up to the end of my ball of yarn. I've still got quite a bit left, but I'm actually going to make this my last row because I want my colours to blend. So this is the beginning of my scarf. So for my ball of yarn, it will be less noticeable that there's a join, so it'll make it more of an infinity scarf. But obviously if you're doing it in a single colour, you can just carry on until you get right to the end of your ball, or if you don't mind that the colours aren't going to match up perfectly, that's fine. So I'm just going to finish off, and also I'm making this my last row because I'm going to do a slip stitch join, and then both of my tails will be at the same end, so I can knot those then together just to give it some extra security. So I'm going to go all the way to the end, and again I'm joining mine to be in a straight loop, but you could, if you wanted to, join your ends so that there's a twist in your scarf. And that last one in there. So I'm going to chain one and make sure there's no twist in my scarf. This yarn has come out beautifully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my work, and I'm also going to get the other end so that I can hold them together. Let's move that onto my lap. There we go. So all I'm going to do, and again, if you wanted to, you could fasten off here and leave yourself a long tail if you'd rather sew together so that you don't have a bulky seam. You can, excuse me, I've got a knot here. There we go. But I personally, I don't care too much for sewing, so I tend to crochet my things together when I can. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your first single crochet of your, sorry, the corner of your starting chain, and if you pop your yarn through the loops there and then into your first single crochet. So we're not going to be skipping anything for this join, we're going to be going through the single crochets. So go through all of the loops, grab your yarn and come through and make a slip stitch. Then you're going to go through your next chain, and you're going to go into the chain one space from the last row and do a slip stitch. And we're going to be doing this all the way along, into the chain, into the stitch, into your chain, and then into your chain one gap, and make a nice loose slip stitch. You make it too tight, it will pucker up on you. So into your chain, into your stitch, into your chain, and into your chain one space, all the way along. There we go. So I'm going to go all the way along. And I'm going to just pause the video and I'll meet up with you when we get to this end and show you how to fasten off and weave in the ends. Okay, nearly there. So the last single crochet. So then I'm going to fasten off. Yarn over and pull through and secure it. So this for me now will be the inside of my scarf because you've got that seam there, but once you turn it the other way, that will then be at the back of my neck when I wear mine. I'm doing one of these scarves with a single skein of yarn or ball of yarn. It does make quite a small scarf, but I think it's obviously a perfect way to use up a ball of yarn, and it'll give you a nice snug scarf. You can either wear it just hanging loose or you can fold it around and wrap it around. So I'm just going to tie an extra knot in my ends like so, and then one by one I'm going to weave these in. Where's my needle? And to weave in this end, I will probably just go up through my single crochet stitches. So I'll go up here. If you've got yourself a nice sharp needle, try to go through, actually split your fibres as well, which gives it a bit more friction so it doesn't work its way back out. So go back and forth a couple of times. Like that. And then I'll do the same for the other one over this side. And there you have a moss stitch infinity scarf. I hope you've enjoyed making it, and I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you so much. And I have got a community group on Facebook now. We're quite small at the minute, so it would be nice to have some new members so that we can all share what we're making. I'd love to see if you make this in different colorways. I think it just, oh, it's just so pleasing, isn't it? Look at it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you again next time. YouTube will pop up a video now, a suggestion of another one of mine that you might like. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.